Hello, this is Fanya, and I am going to take you through a summer yoga sequence. It's a Vinyasa sequence focused on core strength. Okay, so we're going to start feet in parallel, 3 deep breaths. Inhale and slow exhale. Inhale through the nose. We're going to do chest, ribs, and belly. Deep breath and slow exhale through the mouth. One more inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're going to go right into it, starting at the top of the mat. Feet in parallel, evenly balanced between both feet. Inhale, arms come overhead. Lift the chest, look up. And then swan dive forward, relax head, neck, and arms. Deep breath here. And then you're going to step back into downward dog. Okay, just warming up the first downward dog, nice and gentle. Good, and then you're going to come down to hands and knees. Do a couple rounds of cat-cow. We'll do 3. Just warming up the core. Softening the elbows. Okay, and then come back into downward dog. Now we're going to lift one leg up and hold for 5 seconds, toes pointed down. Lower, and then lift the other leg up for 5 seconds. So this transition all the way into low lunge requires some flexibility. So we're going to show you the first option. You can come down to hands and knees, step through, and then you tuck the toes and come into a low lunge. If you're not quite reaching the floor, you can also use knuckles here or blocks. Okay, and then we're going to come down with that back knee, back to hands and knees, press up into downward dog. Come back to hands and knees, step through with the other foot, tuck the toes, low lunge on that side. Okay, so that's option 1. Option 2 is to come all the way from 3-legged dog to low lunge. So you come up here, lift, and then you tuck all the way through, step it through, and then you're in low lunge already. Okay, and then you're going to step it all the way back to downward dog. Same thing on the other side, lift, step all the way through, low lunge, and then step back to downward dog. Chaturanga, option 1 is to come to hands and knees, to release the toes, lower, come up into whatever cobra version you feel comfortable with, and then lower. Other option is from downward dog. You can come into plank and lower from plank. And then you come up into cobra. Okay? All right, and then reverse it. So push up, back into downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Forward bend. Slowly roll up. Okay. All right, that's the first one. Now we're going to do a step through to low lunge with the hovering plank 3 times. And this is the core exercise. So let's get into that. Starting on the top of your mat, inhale. Forward bend, relax. Step back into downward dog. Okay, here's the hovering plank part. You lift one leg up. You tuck and hover. 1. Press it back. 2. Press it back. And 3. Press it back. Step down. Other side. Lift. Press it in. 1. 2. And 3. Okay. And then we go into a plank, chaturanga. Option with the knees or not. Plank up. Reverse. I'd like to do a little push-up here. Back into downward dog. Walk your hands towards your feet and slowly roll up. Okay, so far, so good. Now we're going to go in that plank and the hovering plank into a low lunge and then into a high lunge. and that will be the full sequence, okay? So at the top of the mat, we go inhale, exhale, swan dive, step back into downward dog. All right, lift one leg up, exhale one, inhale, exhale two. On the third, we're gonna step through into a low lunge, step through, low lunge. And then we're gonna find our balance and plant our feet so we can push up into high lunge and then bring the arms overhead. Okay, and then we do the same thing on the other side. Step back, downward dog. Lift the leg up. And one. Inhale, exhale. One more. This is the step through, low lunge. Plant the feet, come on up. And up all the way. A nice hip flexor stretch and a high lunge. And then we swan dive into plank and our chaturanga. So downward dog, to plank, chaturanga, and up. And then we're going to rest in child pose. Fold back, take a couple breaths in child pose, and relax the low back. And slowly roll up. All the way to standing. Okay, so that is the summer sequence that we're working on. I hope you enjoyed it and get working on your core strength this summer. See you next time.